Hello and welcome to our channel. My name is Katrina. My partner Cheryl and I run Empower to Profit, and our mission in this movement is to empower small business owners so they can take more revenue home and do what they love and dream of doing in their lives. So come along for the journey and have fun. Okay, so today's topic is taxes, small business taxes. I know this is usually a dreaded subject when it comes to small business owners because they just want to spend their time doing what they're passionate about, what they love, helping serve their customers and clients. But the reality of running a business here in America is that every small business has to pay taxes. So I created this short video with just 10 little tips about things you can educate yourself about when it comes to doing taxes. So what generally ends up happening is that small business owners don't know what to do when it comes to taxes, so they just don't do anything at all. But the first step is knowing about them. The next step is getting help if you need help. So we're here to help. Here's 10 quick tips of what you can do to help educate yourself and take those first few steps. Okay, so let's hop into this list, right? Because I know you are so thrilled to hear about these 10 tax tips that you can do as a small business owners. So tip number 1, keeping good records. What does that mean? Bookkeeping. That is something that I love to do because it's a check mark, it's a list, it's a put everything in a bucket kind of job, organized, structured. Everything has a home kind of task. What this means is that every piece of information, every dollar, every penny that comes into your business is accounted for. Every penny that goes out is accounted for. Everything has a name and a title, and you know exactly what your money is doing for you, or maybe not so much for you. So tip number 1, bookkeeping, bookkeeping, bookkeeping. Tip number 2, software. So in that bookkeeping, you say, great, let's do bookkeeping. I am going to, I don't know. So how do you do good, accurate bookkeeping? Easy. Software. Rule of thumb, in my opinion, is $50 a month. If you have an extra $50 a month that you can throw at a software, you can afford a good accounting software. I prefer QuickBooks Online, but there are lots of other options out there. Xero and FreshBooks are another good option that are super user-friendly, very easy to learn how to use. So you have to be able to do the bookkeeping. If the software is too complicated and you're not going to use it, then that's probably not a good one to pick for you. Third tip, this is going to be language. Know the jargon. Probably as a business owner, you've had some of these words, profit and loss, balance sheet, these things thrown around. Now you're half the bookkeeper, you're trying to get into the financial statements. Just learn this basic jargon so you can kind of track what's going on in your business. Number 1 is revenue. This is all money coming in, right? This is the money that your business is making. This is your revenue. Second term, cost of goods sold. Let's say I have a pool cleaning business. In order for me to clean those pools, I need to purchase some chlorine. That chlorine is going to be a cost of goods sold. Third word, gross profit. That's going to be your revenue minus your cost of goods sold. Gross profit, easy enough. Last word is going to be net sales. This is the gross profit minus all of the other expenses, your internet, your rent, your gas, your repairs, all of your marketing and advertising, all of these extra expenses. You're going to take those out, then you're going to get your bottom line of the net sales or maybe net revenue. Tip 4, please listen. Please listen. Please do not commingle your funds. This can get you into really big trouble with the IRS. Your bookkeeper will be mad at you. Your tax accountant will be mad at you. all of the people will be mad at you, which will cause you more stress. You need to have a business bank account and a personal bank account. You need to pay yourself from the business account to your personal account. You need to pay all of your business expenses from that business account. You need to pay your personal expenses from your personal account. We want to keep them separate. Maybe your taxes will be done on the same tax return, but we need to keep business and personal in their own separate buckets. So tip is, have your own business bank accounts, have your own business credit cards, keep your own personal bank accounts and your own personal credit cards separate, please. This will make tax time so much easier and so much more organized. Tip number 5. I know we have touched on this in other videos, but it is a good one. Quarterly taxes. These are taxes that you need to pay 4 times a year as a small business owner. Most likely, of course, there's always some special cases, there's always some other little things that the IRS tag on there, which I will actually tag the IRS website, because although we kind of all dread it, it is actually really helpful. So 2 main things that you want to know when it comes to paying estimated quarterly taxes. I'm going to read it because it's federal information and I want to make sure I get it to you accurately. 2 main rules you want to follow. Number 1, you expect to owe at least $1,000 in tax for the current tax year after subtracting your withholdings and refundable credits. Second thing that needs to apply, you expect your withholding and refundable credits to be less than the smaller of either 90% of the tax to be shown on your current year's tax return or 100% of the tax shown on your prior year's tax return. Your prior year tax return must cover 12 months. So if your business is growing, you're gonna have to do this, bottom line. So you are going to have to go on 4 times a year and pay those taxes. It is in April, June, September, and January. We can post the dates if you have questions about that, or you can Google it, they pop right up. Tip number 6. This is a fun one, tax deductible, because if I put it on my business credit card, it's tax deductible, right? No, that is not what that word means. Tax deductible has to be ordinary and necessary for your business. Guess what this doesn't mean? Your business paying for your lunch every single day. One easy thing to remember that I use as like a good tracking method is, was your 9 to 5 paying for your lunch every day? No. Was your 9 to 5 paying your gas money from driving from your house to your job? No, those things are not tax deductible. Are there extra little things that you get as a small business owner that the huge corporations don't get? Yes, of course. But that doesn't mean just because you can swipe it with your business card doesn't mean it's tax deductible, right? Those chlorine tablets that I bought for my business because I need to have it for my business, yes, of course, those are tax deductible. But just because you want it, just because you can come up with a reason for your business to use it, doesn't mean it's tax deductible, friend. I'm sorry, I wish it did, but it just doesn't work like that. Number 7, we're almost done. So, speaking of tax deductions, what does that word actually mean, right? What is a tax deduction? What that means is, let's say you make $100 and I bought those chlorine tablets for $10. I can take $10 off my bottom line and claim $90. That's kind of like the basis of the idea. Are there extra things in there that make it a little bit more complicated? Yes, of course. but tax deduction is basically taking either that expense or a percentage of that expense off your income that you claimed on your taxes. Number 8, charitable donations. This sometimes gets forgotten where it could actually be a really good tax benefit for you. So let's say you sponsor your kids' soccer team, run it through the business. Let's say you're supporting something through your church, run it through the business. Or your kids' cheerleading squad, run it through the business. These are just little things that can add up to make a really big difference at the end of the year. Okay, I'm going to burn through these last two really quickly. Number 9, payroll software. It's a big deal if you're running payroll in your business. Congratulations for making it to that milestone. But there's a lot of taxes that have to be withheld and paid, along with documenting who you're paying how much. So by getting a payroll software, it makes your life much easier. Yes, it's another monthly expense. Definitely worth it. Saves you time, saves you stress, keeps you accountable for all of the things that you have to pay as an employer. We like Gusto at our firm. There's a lot of great options out there. Last tip I have for you, if you aren't quite sure what you're doing when it comes to your small business taxes, please hire a tax accountant. They have gone to school for this. They have courses that they have to take. They have continuing education. They have the software. They want to help you out. A lot of times they are small business owners themselves and would love to pass on their knowledge to you. So please reach out if you need a tax accountant. We can steer you in the right directions. But I hope you guys have enjoyed this quick little list. Comment below if there is something specific that you would like to see a video about. And as always, cheers to profit.